BS Zoology third semester final term. Today we are going to discuss about the phylum Echinodermata, about its general characteristics and classification, delivered by Shabana Wali. Phylum Echinodermata, the phylum of triploblastic coelomate animals, whose members are pentaradially symmetrical as adults and possess a water vascular system and an endoskeleton. Endoskeleton is covered by the epithelium. Now, if you want to know about its basic characteristics, then we have symmetry. The approximately 700 species of living echinoderms are exclusively marine and occur at all depths in all oceans. Modern echinoderms have a pentaradially symmetry, in which body parts are arranged in fives or multiple of five around an oral to aboral axis. Some modern mobile echinoderms, however, have secondarily returned to a basically bilateral forms. If you want to know about the skeleton, then echinoderm skeleton consists of a series of calcium plates, calcium carbonate plates. These calcium carbonate plates are called ossicles. These plates are derived from mesoderm, held in place by connective tissues and covered by an epidermal layer. If epidermal layer is abraded away, the skeleton may be exposed in some body regions. The skeleton is frequently modified into fixed or articulated spines. These spines project from the body surface. Next we have water vascular system. Water vascular system of echinoderms is a series of water-filled canals, and their extensions are called tube feet. It originates embryologically as a modification of the coelom and is ciliated internally. Water vascular system includes a ring canal. Ring canal surrounds the mouth. The ring canal usually opens to the outside or to the body cavity through a stone canal and a sieve-like plate. The sieve-like plate called the madreporite. Madreporite may serve as an inlet to replace water lost from the water vascular system and may help equalize pressure differences between the water vascular system and the outside. Next we have Tiedemann bodies. These are swellings often associated with the ring canal. They are believed to be sites for the production of phagocytic cells. These cells are called coelomocytes. Coelomocyte poly and vesicles are sacs that also associated with the ring canal and function in fluid storage for the water vascular system. After water vascular system, we have tube feet. Tube feet are extensions of the ring canal of the canal system and usually emerge through openings in skeletal ossicles. Internally, tube feet usually terminates in a bulb-like muscular ampulla. When an ampulla contracts, it forces water into the tube foot, which then extends. Valves prevent the backward flow of water from the tube foot into the lateral canal. A tube foot often has a suction cup at its distal end. When the foot extends and contracts solid substrate, muscles of the suction cup contract and create a vacuum. In some taxa, the tube feet have a pointed or blunt distal end. These echinoderms may extend their tube feet into a soft substrate to secure contact during locomotion or to sift sediments during the feeding. The original function of water vascular system was probably feeding, not locomotion. In addition, it permits diffusion of respiratory gases and nitrogenous waste across the body wall. After knowing about the tube feet, we have Hamal system. Hamal system actually consists of strands of tissue that encircle an echinoderms near the ring canal of the water vascular system and run into each arm near the radial canals. The Hamal system has been likened to a vestigial circulatory system. It may aid in the transport of large molecules, hormones, coelomocytes, which are cells that engulf and transport waste particles within the body. So these are basic characteristics by which we can understand easily the structure or physical appearance of echinoderms. Now we have evolutionary perspectives and phylogenetic consideration of phylum Echinodermata. From its fossils records, their fossils are present in 400 million years old Paleozoic seas. Many ancient echinoderms were sessile and filter feeders, a feature found in only one class of modern echinoderms. Fossil records indicate that about 12 of 18 classes of echinoderms have been extinct. First, we have their basic characteristics: calcareous endoskeleton in the form of ossicles that arise from the mesodermal tissues. Secondly, about its adults with pentaradial symmetry and larvae with bilateral symmetry. About its water vascular system composed of water-filled canals used in locomotion, attachment, feeding, complete digestive tract that may be secondarily reduced. Hamal system derived from the coelomic cavities. Nervous system consists of a nerve net, nerve ring, and radial nerves. Now we have its relationships to the other animals. Most zoologists believe that echinoderms share a common ancestry with hemichordates and chordates because of the tetrastome characteristics. Tetrastome characteristics that they share, no known fossils document a common ancestor for this phylum. Zoologists believe that echinoderms evolved from bilateral symmetrical ancestors. Evidence is bilaterally symmetrical echinoderms, larval stages, and extinct forms that what are not radially symmetrical. After that, we have other phylogenetic consideration. In their other phylogenetic consideration, we will discuss first about its symmetry, then water vascular system, endoskeleton, and in the last we will discuss about the locomotion and feeding. About its symmetry, most zoologists believe that echinoderms evolved from bilateral symmetrical ancestors. Radial symmetry probably evolved during the transition from active to more sedentary lifestyles. However, the oldest echinoderms fossils, about 600 million years old, give little direct evidence of how this transition occurred. Ancient fossils give clues regarding the origin of the water vascular system and the calcareous endoskeleton. After the description of the symmetry, we have water vascular system. From their fossils records, we have come to know that of all living echinoderms, the crinoid mostly closely resemble the oldest fossils because crinoids use their water vascular system for suspension feeding, filter feeding rather than locomotion was probably the original function of the water vascular system. As do crinoids, earlier echinoderms probably assumed a mouth up position and attached a burrowly. They may have used arms and tube feet to capture food and move it to the mouth. Then we have endoskeleton. The calcium carbonate endoskeleton may have evolved to support extended filtering arms and to protect the sessile animals. In the last we have locomotion and feeding. Many modern echinoderms are more mobile. This free-living lifestyle is probably secondarily derived, as is the mouth-down orientation of most echinoderms. The mouth-down position is advantageous for predatory and scavenging lifestyles. Similarly, changes in the water vascular system, such as the evolution of ampullae, suction discs, and feeding tentacles, can be interrupted as adaptations for locomotion and feeding in a more mobile lifestyle. This idea is reinforced by the irregular echinoids and the holothuroids that have bilateral symmetry imposed upon a pentaradial body form. Evolutionary relationship among the echinoderms are not clear. Most taxonomists agree that the echinoids and holothuroids are closely related. Both of these are the classes of phylum Echinodermata. The position of the concentric cycloids in echinoderms phylogeny is not clear. Now come on the classification of phylum Echinodermata. First, we have discussed before that phylum of triploblastic animal, coelomate animals whose members are pentaradially symmetrical. If we want to know about its classification, then first we have Crinoidea. Crinoidea, approximately 230 living species have been discovered. These are free-living or attached by an arboreal stalk of ossicles. Ossicles are body plates. These are flourished in the Paleozoic era. For example, we have sea lilies and feather stars. Second class, we have Asteroidea. Asteroidea, at least 1500 species are present in this class, not sharply set off from the central disc. Ambulacral grooves with tube feet, suction disc on tube feet, pedicellary present, for example, sea stars. Third class we have Ophiuroidea. In Ophiuroidea, over 2000 species have been discovered. Arms sharply marked off from the central disc. Tube fit without suction disc. Example, we have brittle stars. Fourth class, in case of phylum Echinodermata, we have concentric cycloidea. In concentric cycloidea, two concentric water vascular rings encircle a disc-like body. No digestive system, digest and absorb nutrients across their lower surface. Internal blood pouches, no free swimming larva stage. Example, we have Cetices. Fifth class, we have Echinoidea. In Echinoidea, approximately 1000 species have been discovered. Globular or disc-shaped, no rays, movable spines, skeleton of closely fitting plates. Example, sea urchins and sand dollars. Last but not the least class,